And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Minnesota Vikings. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Ready. 15 lining, 15 lining.
Where's the mic? Watch it. 64, weak. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Let's go.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They run again on first down. Cook, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now Cook. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here we go. Set.
Mike 21,
60, orange.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert.
To throw on 3rd down. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You
It always
see
helps
me?
for a visiting team to come in and set the tone
They
on
can't
defense.
stop
In
me
fact,
out
when we
here.
talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now?
We got this.
At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 18.
You don't want none of that.
First carry for James Conner. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mike. Check. Motion.
77.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. You know, a week ago was one of the best defensive performances I've ever seen. He had 5 sacks.
Three buzz.
Here we go again.
Right there.
And he's the
54,
type of player that'll keep an
54
offensive
Mike.
staff up
Hey, let's get that ball,
all
D.
week,
Let's get that
trying
ball
to
right
figure
here.
out how to slow
Mike
him
5-4.
down. But at some point,
5-4.
they just have to take account of themselves and say, I'm going to get bodies in front of him so he doesn't disrupt our offense
Let's
totally.
get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Yo. Yo.
Foxtrot. Slam.
Second and 10. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long.
Let's go.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Here we go.
Ready, go.
Here we go.
Operating from the gun. Love. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They were looking for Johnson that time, but it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Alert, alert. 53's the mic.
Buzz.
53's the mic.
He don't know no better.
53's the mic. 53.
On second and 11 now. Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Let's go.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Steeler first down.
All right, now. 180.
53's mic. Check. 53's mic.
Snickers. 66.
I'm coming.
Recon. 132 fighter.
He's coming. Double up. Double up.
Slacker. Run.
On first and 10 is counted. Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, his fourth touchdown on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Let's put that team on the bus.
Off the play fake. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Set all day, baby. Go ahead and take a seat. You can't stop me.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Take it at the 37. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads. They don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Roethlisberger. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Johnson, the intended target.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Throwing to start the drive. Love. And this one complete to Smith. Down he'll go at the 25.
Junior. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 25-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
2nd and 9 now.
Every day, any day.
He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
That QB's trash. Let's go. Mike 55. Mike 55. Go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
Good job.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Mike, number 53.
Big
Mike,
Ben of the
53.
Steelers with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They start the drive with Connor. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
I don't think you got it, son.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. He finds his man Johnson. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
Check.
These two.
53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
1, 2, 3.
Mike.
Here's Roethlisberger.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne and try to knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
Watch out, watch out.
Recon, 132 fighting.
Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now the 2nd down throw on target. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 15. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Back to throw. Love, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Charlie, Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
They can't hang with me.
2nd and 15. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Ready, go.
From the gun, Love. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when, and he told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Pick it up, D.
Operating from the gun. Love. And Diggs has it. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield. They're understanding the coverage.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass.
Check.
And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Come on, now.
Mike's 5.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike's 5-4.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to wind up in air. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. T.J. Green with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Interception.
Johnson was the intended receiver.
So first thing that crossed my mind is, why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
It's complete to Diggs. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
And the
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Okay, break.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Ready, go.
From the gun, Love. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Ready.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They come up first and 10 at the 16.
Hey, check, Mike 21.
Operating from the gun. Love. Being chased out left. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Brett Maher on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Here we go, here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10.
Let's go one more. 53's the mic.
Hey, exit.
53's the mic.
Hey, check.
53's the mic.
Final
53,
play of
check
the half.
53.
It's Roethlisberger.
I got you, boy. I got you,
Going
boy.
deep to the end zone for Juju. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Ready?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half.
You got him.
What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Second and 3.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's second and 3.
Hey, calm down. Hey, let's go.
Again, it's Connor.
We own them.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey,
4
watch
yards
the
to
ship. Watch the
pick
ship.
up, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays,
All
but I
day,
love
baby,
watching a
let's
team
go.
that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football.
51, Mike.
In that
Mike
situation,
51.
that's almost a tendency
Let's
breaker.
get off the field, D. Let's get off the
They'll run on first down. Connor. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a second and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a second and 3.
Let him know. Let him know. Let him know.
On second down, it's Snell. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Let's go,
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On first down, it's Connor, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 47-yard line.
Block 80! King.
Let's go, let's go!
Check.
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Nice hit, boy!
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. He finds Hopkins complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
230.
Hey, we got Mike.
59, what's up? 59, what's up?
Go. Go. 36, 36.
They'll run on first down. Connor. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Steelers have taken the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead.
The Vikings take over.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Off play action. Love. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
Go. Watch the slant. Motion. Go.
A toss to Cook. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Here we go.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
22 check bomber. Flare.
They run. Cook. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
On the ready. Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me. Go.
To throw on second down. Love. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. T.J. Watt. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Ready, go.
Looking to throw. Love. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that
Here we go.
puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, baby.
Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Easy. Here we go, D.
Bang, bang.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again.
Run.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Watch the slant.
Throwing again. Love going deep for Diggs. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 78 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? They've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit and try to protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way. Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go.
Go, 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 and run it.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll... And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake, and the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go with Snell here on first down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, baby!
Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
What, 30?
51, Mike, 51.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here.
I got him.
Just a yard up to the 39.
So this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
No spacing.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Show that bench release and go.
Mike, 53. 53.
On third down, Roethlisberger.
Better bring.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. T.J. Watt in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Record.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
I'm gonna hit you.
T.J. Watt in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's third and very long.
Check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. All day, baby. All day.
Bravo!
21. Mike 21. Check Mike 20.
Let's go, team.
He's back to throw.
It's gonna be a long day, offense. It's gonna be a long day.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
First and 10 at the 47.
Ready. 21. 15 Lonnie. 15 Lonnie.
So don't say nothing.
Buzz.
Hey, check it. Let's go.
They'll look
Check
to
Mike
throw.
21.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
Here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's go.
Back to throw. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Check pass. Check pass.
Shut down. Motion. Check. Shift.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
I got you, punk.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen. That'll bring up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Hey, check Mike. You're out. 21. Check Mike 21. I'm coming. Ready.
He'll look to throw.
Check safety.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
At their own 4-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
At the 4-yard line.
180. 53 is the mic. Watch twist.
Again, a run with counter. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Pittsburgh, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves. Well, Coach, any Florida resident will tell you that afternoon pop-up showers and storms are the norm, and that's exactly what we... Well, Coach, any Florida resident will tell you that afternoon pop-up showers and storms are the norm, and that's exactly what we have right now. Actually expecting a pretty steady rain throughout today here in Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Get ready.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 30 base.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Fire.
Off the play fake. Herbert. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now.
On first down, Herbert. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
That's another Jaguars first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Come on, set.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
From the gun, Herbert. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Here we go, here we go.
The mic.
10-2 saw.
The mic. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't shoot. Kill.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 19-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm coming.
On play action, Locke. He'll buy some time right. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Locke. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. One interception. It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
60 Pittsburgh.
I smell fear in that offense.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell able to record his 5th sack of the season. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes and throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Tight end's right. Watch tight.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert, wide open receiver complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 33.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
58's the mic.
Back to throw. Herbert trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield.
Come on, guys. We got
First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Now we give right side. Hines. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Way to go, D! Way to go, D!
Come on, set.
44.
90, Wolf.
44. Night, sweetheart.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist! Twist, twist!
Watch twist. Watch the twist.
Leo.
Check 6, guys!
Here's Hines.
Rhino!
And an alley to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Naeem Hines, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The point after through the raindrops, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready?
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again. Herbert. Flushed out right. The open man is Westbrook. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the pass.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the gun, Herbert. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. That'll put him at an even 50 receiving yards now in this first half. And it's a first down.
Okay, ready?
58's the mic. 58's the mic. Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up.
Hey!
Motion, 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 motion. Motion, motion. 58, boys, 58. 58's Mike.
Hit it. Hey, watch the screen,
On
watch the
first and
screen.
10,
Watch the
Herbert.
screen.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Boom!
Calais Campbell in there to
Sack,
get
baby.
him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's second and 15.
Hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
Ready, ready.
Looking to throw. Herbert. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes.
Come on, baby, let's go.
And
Big
they'll
side,
get him to
let's
the
go, let's
ground.
go.
He has another first down at the Colts' 44-yard line.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Let's go. Five.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
59.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Now.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here we go.
Play number 7 coming on this drive.
right
It's
there.
3rd and inches.
Rip right, rip right.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Let's go. Come on. Run.
And they're
Run
able
to
to
the
pick
ball.
up
We
the
got a
first
runner.
and keep possession. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than
Come on,
that. But
fellas.
by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
Ready,
From
break.
the 32
check,
now,
59,
here's 1st and 10.
Hey, pick your game up.
Check 59. 59.
Back to
Mike
throw.
to 59.
Herbert.
Quit talking about it.
It's
and
caught
bring
by
it.
Bryant. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync,
Watch a slant. Watch
stayed
a
in
slant.
great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Come
The Jaguars on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Check.
From the gun, Herbert.
In your face.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. The free safety, Malik Hooker, there in coverage.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, he's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The kick by Lambeau is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it. Those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
3 down, 3 down. Mike 50, Mike.
Deep rip.
To throw it is locked.
Set a tone.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line.
Interception, baby. All
That
day.
interception
All day.
sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turn to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone
Hey,
for their
D-line, let's get in there.
offense.
Let's get in there, huh?
Throwing on first down, Herbert. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
Woo! All day, every day. All day, every day.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On first down, it's Hines. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Let's go.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Here I come
An
again.
incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. It's caught by Funchess. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
On 3rd down, Hines. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Keep doing it.
Naeem
Touchdown,
Hines
baby. I see
with
you
his
over there.
second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Okay, break.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Stop, let's go. Switch. Shoot.
Now Leonard Fournette. And an alley to run. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, 92 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game.
14. Jaguars 10.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Bring it up.
At their own 17-yard line.
On the double.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Crack down.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. Ebron caught left side. And he's taken down at the 45-yard line. Give him 32 on the play. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Check curls.
44's
Clock now on 1st down.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick.
Let's go. Let's do it. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Ready?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that.
That 18-yard line.
On the
They
ready.
only got a yard out of that last completion,
right there.
and that makes this second and 9.
Watch the pass.
Play action. Now it's Locke. They'll roll him out right. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and all of a sudden here it's third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third
All day,
down.
dog.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Here we go, here we go.
Let's go, Mike.
Ready?
Throwing his
You ain't
Lock
doing
on
nothing
third
today.
down.
You ain't
And
doing
he gets
nothing
it to
today.
Funches complete. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first
Here we
down.
go, here we go.
He's
Here we
such a
go.
good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10.
Travel.
Big edge, big edge.
Cut.
Shift, watch the shift.
Now.
This is Hines.
Come on now.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Set, ready? 8, read.
50, Mike 50, huh?
I got him.
Hey, zoom.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, let's get
get off
this, get
the
this.
field.
Hey, Mike.
Go.
Mike's 50.
On third down,
Tight down,
Locke.
tight down. There you go.
Funches has it complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield
Let's go,
before
baby.
going
Let's
out of
go.
bounds. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
First down, Indianapolis.
Locke now.
10-2 small.
5 straight
44.
completions here in this
I got it,
second
I got it.
half. First and 10.
Shoot.
They'll run on first down. It's Hines. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard
That's
gain.
it, baby.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last
50,
play.
come on.
Stopped after a very short
not
gain.
ready for this,
But I
man.
wouldn't abandon the
They're
run
not ready for
totally
this.
because
They still
otherwise,
playing soccer.
pass rushers just tee off on your
Y'all playing
quarterback. It makes it
wrong
very,
football.
very difficult for him in that situation.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football.
Yeah,
Doesn't
baby.
matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Ready,
So
ready.
it's third and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
Cut up.
Here they come, here they come, here
From
they
the
come.
gun on third down, Locke got an open man. That's Campbell. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 28.
A gain of
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
A first down run, good for about 3. Second and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
I only brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Locked to throw on second down. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards, the final tally. They come out here in the eye.
Indy. Gotta do better. Pilot, 64, weak. Come on. Shift.
Block now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Give me the ball every time, fellas.
Jonnu Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 20. Then he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Is here, baby.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be second down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Hey, Jet.
Here's Hines on a toss play. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard, but it's tough to simulate game speed in practice, and that often runs you into a penalty.
Ready?
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
80, go.
After the penalty, it's Fournette.
Go, 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 run!
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Go, boys, let's go.
Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon, and that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
They go play action here on first down. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the fourth. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On the draw, this is Fournette. And an alley to run. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a fourth down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
We got four down.
Looking to throw. Herbert, the open man is Shark. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
Move those chains. That's good.
from Colts territory. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
4 down, 4 down.
From the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They can't stop us.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert is going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Let's go. 10-2 stop.
Mike. Coming to you, coming to you.
They run again with Hines. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been excellent. 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Locke to throw. Caught left side by Funchess. He'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
58 to Mike.
65, 65, 65. Slam, slam, slam. Shoot.
On 1st down, Hines. And some space here. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Strip that ball.
Now Locke. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Watch the screen. Pass.
Ready to go.
44 is the mic. Check, check.
On 2nd down, here's Locke.
Be afraid of me.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Give me that ball, defense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Remember, throughout my career, hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 4th down, Herbert. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Ready? 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Ready?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That ball caught by Funchess. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Devin Funchess. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make them now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They can't stop the franchise. Here we go.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Herbert. And an alley to run. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Colts pick it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, baby.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth
you'd
quarter.
say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Set, ready, 30 base.
44 is the mic. Bring it. Bring it.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll set them back 5.
Here we go. Yeah.
Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20.
It's a party now. Go.
Now it's Hines.
Run!
That's a gain of 6 on the 1st down run. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Let's go. 8, read.
Mike, 44. Watch the out. Watch the out.
Shoot.
They'll actually throw it with Locke. Throwing left side, it's complete. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Ready, ready. 10-2 soft.
Focus, defense, focus.
On 1st down, Locke. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Let's go.
I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well at hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Down.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here.
Come on,
and
fellas.
that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Colts, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1.